Taurus, welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at what the next 72 hours has in store for you guys. Any information that you may be looking for to book a personal reading with me will be listed in the description box. So just check there. And if you want to see future readings and you're not yet subscribed, feel free to do so. We're going to do about a 6-card spread. And then we're also going to look at what the messages are from your spiritual team for this window of time. Okay, cool. So let's get straight into it. General energy for you, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So there could be a family dynamic where you would like more support, whether that's like from your mother, your father, siblings, or just family period, where you feel like, you know, they support your dreams or they support you emotionally, or it's a family unit. There could be a lot of like family stuff that's happening that's causing disharmony, and it could just be weighing on you heavily. Some of you guys are, you know, the strong one for the family. You always want to make sure everyone's good, and you could feel just kind of drained or losing sight of your own personal happiness by trying to manage everything by yourself. For others of you, this could talk about like co-parenting, where you could have a relationship, or not a relationship, you could have a co-parenting relationship that doesn't necessarily feel good. Your person could still be upset about how things ended between you two in terms of you guys having children, and they make co-parenting hard. Or with things that they have done, it can make it hard for you. Now, this time frame is all about just tending to you, like putting the focus back on you, outside of you being a parent, outside of you being the strong one, and remembering like what makes you happy. Now, going into career and finance, I have the 4 of Cups. So you can feel kind of bored. You can feel like your job is just kind of boring. It's every single day, same routine, same way of doing things, and it just may not really feel like a challenge. For others of you, you may not feel like it's fulfilling, where like financially it doesn't feel like, you know, it makes sense. Or again, it just doesn't feel like something you're passionate about, or the environment could even be something you're just more so frustrated with. There's something about the state of your career that you would just like to look different. The 4 of Cups also could talk about focusing on things that are like really annoying that could potentially take your focus away from potential opportunities. So you want to be mindful of that, like being caught up in, you know, the complaints or the things you are frustrated with your financial situation that you don't see potential ways to make more money. There also could be someone who you work with who makes it very obvious that they don't like you or they have an issue with you. And it's going to take a lot for you to, of course, not entertain it or give it any time of day, because they could be just doing little things to solicit attention. Now, going into love, I have the High Priestess. So there could be a Pisces of significance. It doesn't have to be a Pisces, but this does talk about you being in tune with your intuition. So there could be someone who's trying to deal with you, someone who's interested in you romantically, but your intuition could be screaming at you in regards to whether or not it's, you know, safe or not safe to deal with them. You also could feel like someone you're interested in is a little secretive. Like there's certain things they're not all the way revealing or saying outright. And it could just make you question, like, do I know who I'm dealing with? Is there something that this person's hiding? For my Taurus who are dealing with someone newer, there is a chance for you to get to know this person more and more. This person, they could be very, very, what's the word? Like spiritual or wise in the way that they come off. Something about them. Now, going into the advice for this time frame, I do have the 8 of Swords. So the advice is to be mindful of being caught in your own thoughts, where you're just consumed in overthinking and it can feel like you're just in a vacuum of not knowing what to do or what decisions to make. The Eight of Swords also could talk about like allowing someone to frustrate the crap out of you. Like if you're trying to understand someone or you're trying to work with them and they themselves are just in this vacuum of confusion, of course you're gonna inherit that same confusion. So let somebody who you're dealing with who is like confused and just mentally consumed in whatever they have going on figure their stuff out before trying to figure them out. Now, the potential challenge you may run into, I have the Nine of Cups. Or not Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, excuse me. So the challenge may be, some of you don't want to be single. You want to be in a relationship or you want to be in a healthy relationship. And the challenge may be being single until you kind of meet somebody who fits that description or who's in alignment with that energy. For others of you, the Nine of Pentacles could talk about like wanting to be an entrepreneur. And the challenging part could be the fear of putting yourself out there and not knowing if you'll be successful or if it's just going to be, you know, a failed venture. For others of you, the Nine of Pentacles just talks about like wanting more support. You could feel like everything is just on you financially. You have to like do things by yourself, or where you know, would love to get a helping hand. You could feel like you have to be hyper dependent in ways that you may not want to be. Now, last card in this spread, we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords talks about confronting anxiety. So by the end of this time frame, whatever you could be really anxious about or just replaying in your mind, overthinking about it, you will, by the end of this time frame, have to address whatever this is. I also see if you've been having like crazy sleep patterns, by the end of this time frame, that's something you also may be looking at, like adjusting your sleep schedule or making sure that you set some time out to like get you some rest. You can also have very intense dreams. Pay attention to the dreams that you're having. Now let's go into the spiritual messages for you. We have welcome abundance into your life. It says prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. We also have deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. And then the last oracle card we have narcissistic faults. I soothe my inner pain. Very interesting. So your spiritual team wants you to know, like, look, this is a time where you have to work on your capacity to receive. You have to work on your capacity to receive, to welcome in the good stuff. And you may not have everything figured out right now, and that's okay. Like, you don't need to have everything figured out. There's no way in hell you're going to have everything figured out. So it's important that you're not putting this pressure on yourself to then have everything figured out, because then that's like assuming that you have control over things that are uncontrollable. So allow deeper insights to come to you naturally. The answers will flow to you naturally. Also, you do need to be mindful of having certain individuals in your life who have narcissistic patterns. That's clearly obvious. And just bypassing it. Okay, someone here, they feed off of you giving them the attention, giving them the energy, and when you shut down and you don't give them the time of day, that's when they want to freak out. But you got to be strong enough to not feed into it. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and to give you insight. If you took something from this video, definitely thumbs it up and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.